Hold on. Okay, it's recording. You guys, I'll be right back, okay? Sorry about that.
Okay.
We gonna do the minutes?
Should. Do we have
Oh, I'm getting
get to
more
the minutes?
pictures.
Hold on. Let's see. Is Kara on, or do we have to find the minutes?
Carrie's on. I don't see your picture.
She's on, but it looks like she doesn't have a microphone.
Oh, no. So I have the minutes. If we want to start out, we want to approve the minutes from April 14th, our last meeting.
I'll make a motion to do that.
All right, I will second that motion. And all in favor?
David isn't talking, but he did say yes.
Dave's on mute.
How
There you
about
go.
now?
All right, we got
That's
you.
better.
I'll be in favor then.
All right, very good. And we have a new member, Rick Harriman.
I'm in
If everyone-
favor.
Everyone knows Rick. Thank you, Rick.
Hi, Rick.
Hey, John.
All right, John,
Yes.
and I will say yes. And Jeannie is away right now.
That'll do it.
All right. So let's see here. The agenda, let me get to the notes here.
The agenda.
All right, I got it here.
Public comment.
Yep.
Do we have any public comment?
Do we? Any
Apparently
public comment?
not.
No.
We-
So,
Wally
Do we have
Parks.
any guests in yet?
well, we have, I believe Steve Wingate is an applicant. But I just
But
want
Kara's got to let him in.
well, it looks like he may be on according to my screen.
John, but he's muted.
So we certainly could, I'm assuming Kara has the, we approved the minutes, but I'm assuming Kara has the bills. So if we want, we could let Steve in and could start our interview with Steve if we'd like to.
Sure.
Sound good? Steve, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. You hear
Yeah,
me?
very good. Thank you for joining us. And we did, Kara was good enough to send along your application. Congratulations on your looks like an upcoming retirement.
Yes, it is.
Very good. Was it 40 years? Did I see that correctly?
3 years, yes.
Good for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's great. So, and you're applying for the position at Wally Park.
Correct, yes.
And so I'm assuming end of June July 1st you'd be available?
No, more like July 11th will be my, June 11th will be my last day.
Oh, June 11th.
June 11th, yeah, I've got some vacation.
Oh, good.
Personal time to use up.
Oh, that helps. I apologize. I read on your application that you were retiring the end of June, so I just assumed.
Yeah, the last day I'll be on the books will be July 13th.
All right.
That's my answer.
Apologize, I didn't realize I had my camera off there. Sorry about that. Excellent. So are you familiar with the layout up there,
Yes,
Steve?
I am. Yeah,
Okay. And I'm assuming based on your experience, obviously zero turn mowers,
Yeah.
you know, weed whacker, all the equipment we have up there.
right. Yeah, we have, where I'm the foreman, we have all that. We have 18-foot mower decks on our Toros, 0 turns, walk behinds. You know, we run-
Excellent. What about like just general maintenance on that stuff, Steve?
Yeah, I have a mechanic that works for us.
Oh, okay.
I sent them out for schooling through Toro, through hydraulics and the Tier 4 motors, troubleshooting electronics. I sent them to school for that through the city.
Okay.
He does all
All
of
right.
it for us.
All right. Just one other question I have, and I'll pass it to the other board members, but we do maintain the, you know, the ball fields up there.
Yeah,
So, you know, there will be, you know, at times, you know, lining of, you know, like a baseball field for a game in the evening during the week. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, you know, laying out the batters boxes and whatnot.
yeah, we're familiar with all that. We do all the sports fields in West.
Oh, good.
Through the
right.
softball, the park and rec programs. Yeah, we handle
Nice.
all
Did you ever lay out a soccer field, or was that taken care of by someone
Yeah.
else?
that. I've laid them out and I have guys that do it.
Okay. All right. So there's another resource up there. So I know it's a 2-person job because I've done it before. So you feel pretty comfortable on that?
Comfortable, yeah.
Very good. Okay. Any additional questions? Guys, I apologize for hogging it, but
So I have at least one, wait for your answer on this, see if I have follow-up. So Steve, you're familiar with the layout. Do you see any challenges with, you know, Wally Park, the size for your size crew and the equipment you have?
No, not really. I've been up there. I seem pretty familiar with it, and I've seen some of the equipment you have. You guys look like you're pretty well set up there.
Okay. I don't have any follow-ups to that, Mike.
okay. Yeah. Dave or John?
I
I'm
think you
busy
covered
texting
everything.
Kara, who can't. Kara can see us, but she can't hear us, and we can't see her.
Okay. Dave, do you have any questions for Steve?
No.
I think the only other things we've been having maintenance do up there would be mulching sometimes and then filling in the dirt around some of the ball fields and things. I'm not sure, do we have other things other than the mowing and that kind of thing?
We do some weeding around the beds where we have the mulch.
Yeah. And laying down the mulch and whatnot as well.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah.
I'm familiar with. We do all of that. We do all of our mulching through all of our parks, tree wells. We do all of that.
Very good. Okay. And, you know, as far as, you know, in that role, there's times where, you know, we'll have to, you know, grab the vehicle we have, you know, get fuel and all that good stuff. So, you know, obviously, you know, safety on that, locking the equipment up and whatnot, but it's, you know, it's a great, obviously it's a beautiful park, it's beautiful lands, and there's plenty to do up there. And, you know, we'd look for you, you know, as our kind of eyes if you see areas where we're having issues with a sprinkler, or, you know, the typical, you know, we're not up there 5 days a week where you would be. So, you know, it's very helpful working through Kara if there's any challenges up there.
Yeah, that's all the stuff that we pretty much do through our parks, you know. And most
Very
of my guys that work for me, they're good guys. If they see something needs to be done, they don't need to be told. They go and do it, you know. So I have a
Okay.
good group.
And I'm assuming, obviously, the application, but I think there might have been all your paperwork, and I know Kara, I don't think she can hear us, but I'm assuming you have all the paperwork in, and you'd be good to go once we decide and discuss internally as we complete this meeting.
I've pretty much turned everything in. I haven't heard back from her that I've left anything out, so.
Okay,
I think we're good to go.
very good. Any question for us as the board, or?
No, it seems pretty straightforward.
Okay.
What needs to be done up there, and I'm familiar with all of it.
You're right down the street, which is great. I love that.
Yep. Really.
You have
close.
you have great experience too. So, I think that's a home run. So if you don't have any questions for us, and oh, hey, Jeannie,
Hi,
we were just almost completing our interview with Stephen.
yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Hi,
Yeah.
Stephen.
Hi, Gene.
Yeah, for the park. I mean, he obviously has a wealth of experience, lives in town, very familiar with the park. I didn't know if you had any questions for him.
Well, I don't want to be repetitive, but I mean, I know you come highly recommended, and I think our biggest thing is we've had some past employees that when we've asked when we've asked the person to do something, it doesn't get done. And that's not to say it in a disrespectful manner, but when we meet, we have certain expectations that we want, and we pass them on to Kara, and hopefully it would be something that you would be, welcoming to do. But you're always welcome to ask the board or come to our meetings and present any issues as well.
Okay, yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I'm sure you're gonna find that you're not gonna have a problem. I'm a pretty straightforward, honest guy, and I'll give you a day's work or whatever needs to be done.
Okay, thank you. And it's still June would be when you could start?
Well, my last day will be probably June 11th, so it'll probably be the 14th or
Okay,
12th or 13th, whatever you need me for.
okay,
I
Okay.
think we've covered everything and it looks good. I think we should just talk about this later and Kara can get a hold of you tomorrow if that's good.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
great,
Okay.
sounds good.
Very
Thanks,
good. Yeah, thanks, Steve, and thanks for letting us chat as well. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you for joining.
Good night.
Now Kara's on, but Kara, can you hear us?
I don't think she can. She may need to log out and log back in or something.
I'm gonna
Or try
text
from-
her.
Try from a different device or something.
Yeah, she usually has problems. Okay. So, okay, so we did that. And did we welcome Rick, Mr. Harriman,
Yes.
to our
We did.
committee? Okay,
we did.
great. All right. So we are, okay, approving bills and minutes. Hold
We
on.
approved the minutes already.
Yeah, we approved the
Okay.
minutes.
Nothing with bills though.
All right. Well, Kara has those, so I just told her to log out. Oh, she's calling in. Okay. All right, so we'll do some Wally Park talking now, you guys. Well, Kara's probably gonna need to go over the soccer, the first one, that's the soccer. Unless someone knows anything about it. Hold on. I'm gonna let her in. Hi, you there, Kara?
She just went on mute.
I'm gonna tell her unmute. Poor girl. All right, so while we're waiting for Kara to come in, the next topic was the Rotary Club concerts.
Okay.
I just wanted to ask, kind of put it out there. The concerts, there's quite a few this year, and we're only charging them $50, or we charged them $50 in the past. Does anybody think that that's a little low? I mean, I'm not trying to break the bank here, but at the same time, we have bills, and I know that they're trying to do a good thing, but if I'm wrong, by all means, somebody stop me.
Is that 50 per concert or just 50 for the season?
I'm pretty sure it was 50 per concert. Kara can confirm that. What, John, you're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you. There's a cleanup involved the next day. They don't do their own trash or anything like that.
Okay.
I mean, they set
Yeah,
it up
that's
and
true.
everything, but we have to clean the park afterwards.
Right.
And are they going to be using the lights?
They're gonna be using our electricity for sure. And the lights that are underneath the,
Pavilion, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Which was, I mean, obviously that's why there was such a push to get the lights done last year, was for the concerts. And I mean, obviously COVID and stuff like that.
What were you
happened.
thinking? Did you kind of have a number in mind, Jeannie, or?
I mean, I was thinking, I mean, I don't want to sound, I was thinking at least 100 a concert, I think would be fair. You got, not saying they're charging for the concert, but there's folks up there, they're selling beer and wine and stuff like that. And then you got a couple food vendors up there,
Sure.
and the only kickback we're getting is, excuse me, is $50.
Yeah, because they could go to those, vendors, with a fee, I would assume, right?
I think they do get a cut from the vendors, was my understanding, but did we give them a price already and said it's 50 a show and do that for the year already?
Well, to
No,
be
I didn't give
honest-
any prices.
Yeah, they didn't even really come to us and ask, right, Kara? They just announced the dates.
Yeah, they reserved dates. Pretty much it's going to be Wednesdays from July 7th through August 25th. It's 8 weeks of concerts. In the past, so in 2019, they gave us $50 a concert. I don't know how much cleanup is involved. I'll have to talk to Rick, because if there's a lot of man hours too.
I know they
yeah.
have a couple of big names this year,
Yeah, they do.
which will probably bring in quite a few people.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm just throwing it out there again, it's something we could think about. We got maybe another meeting before we want to make a decision about it, but I think that I think
Yeah,
it's only fair.
I think we should do something now and let them know instead of waiting until a week before. I mean, if we do charge them the 50, maybe we could say with their vendors up there, like how much is involved on our end cleaning up, and ask for a extra donation for
Right.
taking care of the trash and everything else and the power and everything that goes along with it, because just explain like the way our budget is, how we don't have a budget.
Right. Right.
yeah, I would say $100 would be a minimum.
So new guy here, right? So be gentle. My first question would be, around the garbage removal and the cost or what it would approximately be for the power for the lights. Do we have an estimate on what those expenses are? And then our point in charging, is it to simply recoup, or do we want to make something on that?
Well, I don't think we want to make something per se, because we're all trying to I mean, the Rotary Club is still another Southwick thing.
Yeah.
But then the Rotary
So-
Club's putting money in their pocket and Wally
Yeah.
Park is losing out. And then
So-
go ahead.
So if it's almost a pass-through idea, right, then we should have an idea on what our cost is and simply pass that on to them, right? And we should have an estimate on that. And maybe we don't have it today, but we should work toward getting that so we can be, because throwing out a number almost doesn't make sense, right?
Right.
We're not gonna be able to come up with that number,
We will not.
other than the hours it takes to clean up the next day.
Right, so if we have that, and then we could just do an estimate on the power, right? We could say that's the cost. John, maybe uplift it just a little bit in case we're off and then be done with it. Just a thought. I don't want to make it overcomplicated, but if we think it's costing us more than 50, but we don't know if it's costing us 100, I want to be fair to the Rotary Club and to Wally Park.
I say we just up it to 100. And see how it goes this year.
Yeah, we could look at those, we could look at the expenses, because I do think 50 was too low. I don't know how, I forget exactly, did we decide on that number? Was that a number they suggested? I don't remember, to be perfectly honest with you, but
Yeah, I think it was because they're a nonprofit too, and a town thing. We kind of gave them a break because they were doing free concerts
sure,
and not charging.
yeah.
I don't think they wanted to pay at all.
Oh.
They didn't. When they initially came to us, they didn't want to pay. They wanted us to give them the park.
Huh.
Then we got pushed to do the lights so that they could have lights because they were, there were complaints about people not being able to see as they're walking back to their car, blah, blah, blah. So we
Yeah, and I mean-
accommodated that.
Yeah.
Which rightfully so, it benefited us, or is going to benefit us in the long run. But we have to figure out a way to not give the park away, but still have come up with some profit here as well. Because every year we get asked about, well, what'd you guys do? What'd you make? We've lost profit just like everybody else. So I know I don't want to, beat that up, but yet at the same time, we have an opportunity to maybe get a little something here, and we're not.
Well, you didn't mention the street lights. You gotta run those too.
Say that again, John, I'm sorry.
We have to run the street lights while the concert's going on as well.
Right.
Otherwise, they'll still have trouble getting back to their cars.
Yes, and that was part of the issue too, so.
Yeah, I mean, I like your idea, Jeannie, of $100, and we could explore the cost, because I think if you really look at it, I think $100 would be a bargain with everything that's involved.
That's what it sounds like to me too. So I think we got to set it minimally at 100. I mean, that's just what it's sounding like.
Yep, I agree.
I'll make the
agree.
motion.
I will second it.
Okay. John Wally motion to increase the fee to the Rotary Club to $100. Mike Shields second the motion. Excuse me. Rick Harriman, how do you vote?
Yes, I vote yes.
Okay. Dave DeLore.
I'll vote yes.
Okay. Mike Shield.
Yes?
John Wally.
Yes,
And myself, Jeannie Reed, which is what I had to run under that name, so I'm back to Reed. I vote yes.
Good.
It's unanimous, so I think we should probably do a letter, a notification letter that's what we are charging, and notify them.
Okay,
You could do that, Kara?
sure, no problem.
Does anyone know who T. Scott Cook is? Are we expecting
Oh,
anyone?
that's Laura Cook, Wilderness Experience.
Oh, okay, so we'll hold off on that for a few. I mean, or do you want to talk to this individual now?
I think we should finish the park stuff up.
All right, that's good. We'll just do that. So we're done with the Rotary Club?
Yep.
Kara, we'll back up to Alfred? Because I figured
Yeah, did he join the meeting?
No,
No.
Okay, so I guess we can skip past that. He was gonna present soccer proposal.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll skip that.
So
So the-
Peter, sent me those email pictures. I don't know if everybody saw them. Probably except for Rick. I didn't forward those to you. That was, last week. But, Peter said he's concerned because there's not a lot of grass growing on the newly seeded soccer field. It's pretty spotty. So I asked, Rick about it, and he did say it came in spotty. So I don't know if anybody saw it or what to do now.
Can
I
you
have not been up
reseed those
there.
areas?
What's that?
Is it possible to reseed those areas?
we'll have to rent the machine again.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to ask him. I don't understand why this isn't working. This is like gonna be the third time here. Something's going on.
Well, there either needs to be, the soil needs to be amended or something. Yeah, why isn't the grass growing?
It seems like something that Heritage should be able to take soil samples and give us suggestions.
Well, I think for the money that they get, there's gotta be something coming from on their end with, other than just going up and, throwing down, fertilizer. There's gotta be some kind of thing where we can go to them and say, hey, what's going on with our grass here? Something.
Is it possible we just have Kara call and just ask them to check it out? And maybe if it's smaller areas, they can do whatever's got to be done and just reseed those themselves?
Heritage doesn't, do seeding. Is that what you mean? Have Heritage do it?
I was suggesting that they do soil samples in those areas where it's not growing to see if it needs lime or more fertilizer or what. Can't be the fertilizer.
Okay, I can
Could
ask.
be lime though.
Yeah, I can ask them.
Okay. And I'll
The never-ending grass
get
battle.
up there, look at them.
Yeah, Dave, they don't plant grass, they don't overseed or seed at all, so.
Okay,
I don't know, that could be something we might want to look at in the future for a company that does it all, one-stop shopping kind of thing.
yeah, maybe once we get this thing taken care of and then put it out to bid in the fall for next year.
Yeah, it's something we could think about. Because maybe we need that just so that we can pick up the phone and say, hey, our grass isn't growing, what's going on, blah, blah, blah.
Probably
Yeah,
make
the
it easier all around.
Yeah,
Yeah, it needs to be overseeded in the fall, but the challenge is, it could potentially hurt our revenue, right? Because I'm assuming you do that at the end of September into October. So I would think you probably want to shut the field down after you do that, correct?
You gotta shut it down for at least 3 weeks.
So,
And
Yeah.
soccer's going till November.
yeah, that's
Yep.
a challenge.
so it's very difficult.
It might be a case where you do one field, right?
Yep.
Shut it down, do the other one, shut it down, right? So you may have to overschedule, but you won't necessarily, you'll lose some time, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Problem is they need, in the fall, they need the lit field, as the days
Yeah.
get shorter. So that's the kind of the challenge. But yeah, I don't disagree with you, but
Okay, so we'll still work on that.
Okay.
Moving on to the next thing.
So the high school picnic, they requested to use the park June 7th. And I had talked to Carl, and he said their insurance should cover the water slide, dunk tank, and they contacted their insurance company, and they got additional insurance to cover all that and sent me in the copy. So that's a go for June 7th. And it was April Pendlin I've been working with. She sent me an email yesterday and asked if the park can be closed to the public other than the students from 11 to 2.
No,
That's what I figured, but I had to ask. I don't even see how it's even possible unless you have cops out there, I guess.
Yeah. What, do they have a particular area? Like, where are they setting this up and everything?
On the seated soccer field.
I was just thinking that.
That's what I thought.
I'm joking,
No,
but
They can't use that. They already know they can't use that. So I know they're gonna be using the pavilion for I guess the school is bringing in, already cooked food for a barbecue. So they're gonna be using the pavilion, and I would assume the area closest to the pavilion, which, is it like where the volleyball is? I will ask her specifically. And they know to stay off the soccer field. I already told everybody. Soccer field is off.
off limits.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, sounds good.
All right, so no to closing the park. All right. I got a message from the Dollars for Scholars. They want to use the pavilion on a Tuesday night for a little while, June 15th, and they were wondering if we could waive the $100 fee for them.
of course they would.
What, are they just holding their meeting there or a picnic or what were they
Like a
doing?
little ceremony, get to do the awards.
Oh, the high school awards,
Yeah,
the scholarships and stuff.
yeah.
Well, we're not.
I would, I'd be in favor of waiving that. They do a good job for, the kids in their scholarships. So just my thought.
Honestly, I'd rather see the $100 go towards scholarships.
True.
Yeah, good thought. Yeah,
This
I
is
think
all
we could
part of
probably
the-
waive that. What do you think, John?
I wouldn't object to that.
I'm
Well, we
fine
can do
with
that,
it,
just don't let it get out.
right?
Meetings are recorded.
Okay. So it's unanimous that will waive the fee.
Okay,
Um,
so then that's just for
Kara.
Wally. What?
The gentleman from the street soccer, thingy is in the waiting room.
I think he probably should wait, and we should do Laura Cook, no? I mean, his appointment was 6:45, not 7:05. What do you guys
That's
think?
fine. Yep,
That's fine.
that's fine by me. Okay, we're done with Wally. We can move on.
Yep.
All right.
I'll let Laura in, because I had told her to join us at like 7.
Sure.
Or
All right,
no?
hold on. So is Laura the T. Scott Cook person?
Yes.
Hello?
It looks like we may have the same issue. Oh, there we go. There's audio. Okay, we just need to have T. Scott Cook come off mute.
Asked to unmute.
Okay,
There we
there we
go.
go. There we go.
Okay. Hello? There we are.
Laura? Can she hear us?
Hi, can you
There you
hear
go.
us?
I'm gonna say that's a no.
I'm gonna say that
Can hear
too. Wait, kind of. You can hear us?
Huge lightning.
Laura's back on mute.
I just asked her to unmute. She can't hear us. Can you call? Well, no, because she can't hear us. How's that gonna?
Can you send her a
I can hear
message, Jeannie?
You can hear us?
I can hear you.
Oh, we can
Okay.
hear you.
Okay,
gotcha.
there we go.
We have a really bad storm going on here. It's really,
Yes. Yep.
it just started up, thunder, lightning, and heavy, heavy rain. So it's almost deafening because of the metal roof.
Okay. And you are Laura?
I'm Laura Cook from Wilderness Experiences Unlimited, Swim and Scuba Center right on 526 College Highway.
Okay, thank you. Kara, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. All right, Laura, do you want to go ahead with your presentation? Do you want to talk about the beach first?
Yeah, I think that's going to be mainly the presentation tonight. I think we're going to catch up with you on the other matter. I spoke with you, Kara, probably next month because there's
Oh,
too
okay.
much going on here right now.
Okay,
But
that
I
sounds-
actually have a proposal for the rec department, and I'd spoken with Kara about it, and also with John Wally, and he encouraged us to attend a meeting and talk about a proposal for regarding our summer camp this year. In the past, we have been able to store kayak and other boats at other locations. Last year, because of the pandemic, we had use of Camp Moses up in Russell, a Boy Scout camp, because they didn't open. This year, they're going to be opening. So we don't have a place. And we're inquiring as to using a portion of the beach to lock up a half a dozen, 6 or 8 high in the summer camp season, which for us is just 6 weeks. It's July 6th to August 13th. It would be a Monday through Friday from maybe to 3. I mean, it could be a couple days. It may, if there's, a day that. Is everyone hearing me okay?
We can hear you.
okay.
Okay,
I mean, that
because
should,
it looked like
that
everyone
shouldn't-
was frozen for a minute there. Okay.
yeah, mine keeps freezing. You were freezing a little bit. I don't know if everybody else's was too. So what does everybody think about, so you're gonna actually, hold kayak lessons also? So store the kayaks and hold lessons?
Well, what we would, wow, it's incredible out there right now. Holy moly. Okay, so
I know.
what we'd like to do, lock up the boats when they're in use, obviously, in an area that's not going to bother beach goers. And then probably small groups of 6 to 8 to do some basic kayaking lessons. Again, it would be away from the bathers and the beach. Very limited basis, but our options are trying to go up to our property past Granville and transporting boats, which is going to take a couple of hours and a lot of loading and unloading. What we're trying to avoid is having to handle the boat so much and just basically have a place where we can rent and just, again, that's 6 weeks, Monday through Friday, just having some limited use using the kayaks at the beach area.
How do you secure them? Like,
We would be securing them with padlock and the metal cording. It's like metal rope. You
okay,
really can't.
so no one will be able to tug at all.
We just weave it in among the boats, or we can leave everything on the trailer and secure and lock down the trailer. Either way, it's a small trailer, half a dozen boats.
we have an area up there, Kara, where we'd be able to put this?
Yeah, I believe so. I think too, like if you're looking at the water, like at the building, it's to the right, I think would be a good area. And she can go down there and look before I can meet up with her, and she can look at the area to see what she thinks. Even on the side of the building, if she wanted it off the beach, I think we'd be able to accommodate that. Because most of the people who bathe, it's to the left of the beach, and that's where the guards are. There are not guards on the right side of the beach. It's usually like if somebody wants to go, you know, fishing with a kid's pole or something, they would go over there. So I think it would be fine.
Okay,
All of our people are lifeguard certified, and we'd be responsible for obviously guarding our own people.
Yeah, perfect.
And of
just
course,
hit the backyard.
we'd be also willing to pay rent to do this. We don't expect this for nothing.
What about insurance? You carry liability?
I don't know. I'm not getting,
Insurance?
okay. We have full insurance. We have full insurance, absolutely.
Kara, if Kara could just get a copy of that.
Rosen.
Okay, I'll touch base with you. Maybe you can email it to me just before the beach opens and you start
Yes,
up.
absolutely.
Okay.
Very good.
We also had one other request. Is Scott teaches American Red Cross lifeguarding. We've done some of the town employees in the past, and we're going to have a small group of people that need to be recertified. We'd like to use the beach for 1 or 2 afternoons during the week of 28th to July 1st. I'm not sure which day yet. He teaches a special segment of lifeguarding called Lakefront, and you have to be actually at a lakefront to teach it. So we're hoping to also get permission to do that. Like I said, it would be a 4-hour class one afternoon. It can be done out of the way, but we, in order to teach lakefront, you have to be currently on an actual lakefront for it to be viable class. And again, Scott is a certified Red Cross, so we're insured. We've got, everything in place. Everything's frozen. Folks have heard me.
Yep, I heard you.
We heard.
Yes.
Okay.
And that was, you did phase out. I think you said it was June 28th, between June 28th and July 1st for one afternoon. I don't know if, were those the dates?
You're muted again, Laura.
Laura, you're muted.
I think those are the dates she said.
Okay,
That's what I wrote down.
Yeah. I
Yeah, I
wrote
mean-
it down as June 28th to July 1st.
one day for 4 hours, one afternoon.
Right.
2 afternoons for 4 hours. 1 or 2 afternoons, she said. 1 or 2 afternoons for
Oh,
4
one
hours.
or two, I'm sorry.
I guess it depends on how many kids she has or people.
I write
The sort
this, can she see it? No, it's backwards.
Kara, is there a lighter day or days at the beach normally? Like, I don't know, those
I
dates.
need probably a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. A Thursday, we have a camp that comes in, so it's
Yeah.
pretty busy, and the weekends are usually pretty busy. So Monday,
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday would be my suggestion.
Okay, so,
I
I
can
mean,
tell her. I don't know if she can hear us or she'll reconnect, but I can talk to her about that.
okay. I mean, I'm fine with that if that works.
So
Okay.
you can hear us, but you're on mute. If you can hear us, you're on mute. Oh,
Jeannie is the moderator. Can you unmute her?
I'm in,
There you go.
there we go. There you are.
You're good.
okay.
Okay.
I kept getting kicked off and having to rejoin the meeting.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So
All right,
obviously,
so what does everybody think about the kayak and the lakefront lessons?
Laura, you mentioned you wouldn't object to paying rent. What do you think would be fair?
Yes. We gave the Boy Scouts last year $1,000 for the 6 weeks. I mean, I'm sure we have some workability there.
That sounds fine to me.
I mean, we'll write you a check the beginning of the season or after the season, what you want.
Beginning always helps.
Okay. Man hours involved in handling the boats to unload and load the trailer and to transport is just horrendous.
Yeah. Do you think you'd be better off in, I don't know the space, would it be more secure for you to have the trailer and to secure them onto the trailer at night, or is
Sure.
it?
Oh
We could-
my God, sorry.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy out there. Yes, that's possible. Absolutely. We have 2 trailers and we could absolutely have one of the trailers there.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm just saying if there's enough room.
Yeah,
I mean-
yeah, I could take a look at it. I haven't seen the space yet, but sure.
I'm good with that, with $1,000, and I'm good with the lifeguard training as well. Think, I
Okay.
don't know if you heard, but Kara, Wednesday would be later days at the beach.
All I heard is at the beach. Could you repeat that, please?
Kara thought Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday may be lighter, so they may be better days to do it, the lifeguard training.
Okay.
I don't have
Okay, great. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, sure. Yeah, I can talk with Kara about that. Absolutely. Whatever works for you.
Very good.
So June 28th is a Monday, so Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, that's the start of our staff training. So we wouldn't necessarily be there every day. It would be just one afternoon. We just haven't figured out the schedule for staff training yet.
Right, okay. Okay. Anybody else, any more questions?
No, I'm
Think we
fine with
should.
it.
Okay,
All right, Laura, so I'll be in touch with you, okay?
Okay, great. Thanks so much. And if you could put us on the schedule for next month, great, Kara.
Okay, I will.
thank you for coming
Okay.
on.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Laura.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Laura.
bye.
Thank you.
All right,
Did you want to let it in?
yeah, hold on, let me just, okay, I'm getting ready to, okay?
Okay.
So, where'd they go? Oh,
They're in, but they're, yep.
Just give me a moment. I'm just gonna go on the side of the road. Apologies.
No problem. Take your time. Be safe.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I'm good now.
Yep.
Oh, hi. Thanks again. Apologies. I came in a little late. I logged in like 7 o'clock. I'm not too sure if I was holding you guys up. But anyway, thanks again. I'm not sure if Kara is in the conference, but thank you to
I
Kara.
am.
Oh, hi, Kara.
Hey, I'm here.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Again, well, I just wanted to have the opportunity to introduce ourselves and our business. You know, we're Futsal Street Soccer. We are essentially a soccer skills provider. You know, what we do is we partner with a lot of parks and rec we're about in 25 different towns, from Belchertown in the north all the way down to Newtown in Connecticut. And we offer like, you know, after school programs, skills program for from like 2 years old to up to high school kids. And that's what we are. We partner with towns, we partner with schools. We run after school program as well, and skills on the weekend. In some cases we would be renting your facility. In some cases we'll be like partnering with you to deliver a town program for soccer.
Good.
Okay.
What's your ask?
I think for us, it's really just a good introduction on how we can work with you. I mean, with right now, the closest towns that we work with you is in Hamden. We run like we will be running like a summer camp with them. So probably at this stage, maybe a summer camp would be an opportunity. If that's something that
Sure. Can you give us how does that work? I'm assuming you rent the facility from the town. Is it a 1 week program? Mornings? Is
Yeah.
it full day? Is it a couple of weeks in the summer?
Yeah. So our typical summer camp, especially for new location, will be like a 9 to 12, 9 a.m. to 12 at noon. There's two ways we can run it. If we have like a group of people that we can book, then we would just typically rent out a facility with you. Or we can also partner with you. It becomes a town program, and then we'll just do a split of the registration. Typically, for like a 9 to 12 Monday to Friday program, we would charge around plus and minus around $150. That's how we look, and obviously whatever is most acceptable in the town. 150 maybe in Enfield is a little high compared to like Newtown, for example, in Connecticut. So we would go for like what local rates are.
Mm-hmm.
We carry our own insurance as well. But typically for us, if it's like a new area, we would prefer to partner with some organization like you.
We don't run our own programs for anything.
Okay.
Through
Yeah.
Wally Park.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, for us, so if it's a pure rental arrangement, that's something that we can do as well.
Al, I got a question. Is it truly futsal? Is it like the small ball, small goals, like a basketball court type situation? Yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. So futsal is our core program. However, most of the towns that have seen us, they've asked us to do soccer, and we have no problem transitioning on both, essentially.
Okay. Because we don't have the indoor facilities, right?
Okay.
It's an outdoor park.
Yeah. I mean, especially now with the COVID situation, all of our activities, apart from Bloomfield in Connecticut, we use a gym, but most are outdoors.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure you understood that. Okay.
Yes, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
And you'd be looking Monday through Friday.
Yeah, Monday through Friday, and probably like a 9 to 12. Again, we just need to connect to a few people. If it's like a rental agreement for us, then we just need to make sure that we'll have people who subscribe to our programs.
Yeah. How do you advertise? Because it's a beautiful facility, Wally Park, and there's obviously restrooms there for the kids. There's a pavilion. Chances it may or may not be used, for shade and whatnot, but there's plenty of folks to draw from within this town and probably the surrounding towns. So just curious, I'm assuming you advertise. I think it would be a great program. It's just enough time, 9 to noon.
Yeah.
And I think you could do very well.
Yeah, I mean, for advertising, if it's like a town program, then advertising is less of an issue because you have your own.
Yeah, so this
group
isn't a
that-
town program, so this is,
Yeah,
this is
so
you.
yeah, so for us, we'll be, I mean, we normally partner with somebody who we know, Trish, forgot her Trish's name, Kara, forgot her last name.
LeBlanc? I can never say it right.
Yeah,
Trish,
I think she's got a good follower, and
yeah, she ran a run at Wally Park before COVID. She's a nurse.
correct, yeah.
Yeah.
So what our discussion is that if we can work out some sort of like a minimum number for us to make the money work, and just to start, we don't mind breaking even because the program always grows for us. Year by year it always grows. So new towns, as long as we got willing folks locally to help us, we'll be happy to proceed then.
Is
Yeah, I
there
mean,
a specific we're looking at?
I think Trish had suggested some area. I wasn't too familiar with it. But again, we would sort of like rely on local knowledge, as to where you think we would, get the most out of in terms of followers and subscribers. So.
Okay.
Do you have a time frame you're looking? Is this like a late June program when the kids get out? Is it July?
Probably at this stage, just to give the program a chance, maybe like early July, maybe, or late July.
Sure.
That could be a good spot just to give us some time to do some advertising.
Now, I'll have to look at the schedule to see when the Bolts soccer runs till, because would he use the same field as them, or could he use the lower, fields out back?
I was thinking the lower field might be ideal for that.
Yeah, I mean, our typical program doesn't look like a regular soccer. We don't need the lines. We don't need the big fields. We use a lot of skills in what we do. So actually, the smaller the area is more preferred for us, just to increase speed, agility, and work and touches on the ball. And and we're very flexible in where we can be.
I think the lower area would be ideal.
Yep.
It's
Okay.
I don't think it's a full length, right, of a soccer field, but it's probably 3/4.
It's
half of a field is large enough for us already.
And you're perfect right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just over 3/4, and I think it's for what I understand of futsal, and even though you're using maybe the regular size ball there, I think it would be ideal, and it's a little out of the way of some other things going on too, Al. So I think that might be great for you guys, kind of self-contained.
Okay. I mean, just to give you an idea, a regular size high school basketball court, we could easily fit 25 kids over there without them, bumping each other. Just because of the way we run our programs.
You'd have plenty of room.
Yeah.
Sell out. You can get 75 on that field.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, we hope.
Hey, then we may consider going in half and half. We'll figure that out.
Yes, yeah. That would be a nice problem to have.
I think
Perfect.
you'd be surprised. I think you could do pretty well here. It's a
Okay.
lot of
Yeah. Well,
folks like
we'll be
soccer.
relying with Trish a lot. Without our.
Is there, like, do you break it down by age?
Yes.
Um,
Yeah. Typically, for summer, we would do like 6 years old up to around 10 as a group, and then the 11 to 14 as a group.
Gotcha.
Sometimes we get followers from our other camps that are high school kids. Then, as long as we can provide additional coaching resources, so they're not like mixed with each
Sure.
other in terms of size. So.
Yeah, I think if you look at our facility, that lower field would probably allow you to break that up in half like you're doing.
Exactly.
Okay.
And
Okay.
still have the
Exactly.
room.
Is that something that I just need to arrange with you, Kara? Just to check?
Yeah, I mean, once the board approves it, you and I can talk the details. But I just have to
Okay,
just verify
okay.
everything with them first. But yeah, so if they're in favor of it, we can go ahead and start planning.
Yeah, we just
Okay,
have to
okay.
probably discuss a rental fee and, look at the schedule,
would-
Kara.
Okay, so how would we figure that? Do you have any kind of proposal in mind, Alfred?
I mean, for
Right.
us, what we try to do is, keep our costs down to like 50% especially on new areas. We can go max around 50%, but even if we break even, sometimes we're okay with that. But typically as a business, you really want to go down to 30% in terms of cost and the number of people that are, registering in our program. So if Trish can give us all like 10 kids, so at 150, that's like 1,500. So for coaches and rentals, we could be like around between 500 and 700 bucks that we need to budget just for cost.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't I think we could discuss it, Kara, and, kind of come up with a number.
Okay, get back to him.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. Do you have any flyers or any type of pamphlets that you distribute? How
Oh
do
yeah,
you-
yeah, we
generate?
can. We normally create like an electronic flyer. We
Uh-huh.
distribute. We push it towards our social media posts,
Okay.
and then that is probably the best thing to do.
Okay.
All right,
Okay,
that
so I
sounds good.
we'll discuss as a group, and then we will have Kara contact you, and we can go from there. Is that good for you?
Yes, please. Yeah, appreciate the opportunity.
Okay,
Very good.
sounds
All right,
good.
All
thank
right,
you very
sounds-
much.
I'll be in.
All right, thank you.
Talk
Thank
to
you,
you,
Al.
Karen. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead, Mike.
I think he's gonna, if he was charging 150 bucks per child for the week, right? I thought that was the number he said.
Right.
So if he gets 20 kids there, that's $3,000. I think they're gonna do more than that. I mean, 9 to 12 babysitting for 3 hours for 5 days for 150 bucks. I would have sent my kids there back in the day. So
Amen.
that's a bargain.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
what's
is.
I would think, $750 to $1,000 for a week's rental. They're gonna have to mow that field down. Very good. He's gonna have use of the facilities there. And then it's on him he knows what his costs are, what he has to pay his coaches, and the rest is up to them to sign up the folks. It's just my suggestion.
In light of the fact that it's a startup, why don't we charge them the $750?
Okay. I'm fine with that.
And
I
with
think
the
where he
option
is,
of,
we'd probably be better
very-
off.
what's that?
I think for the type of program he's looking for, he would be better off dealing with somebody from the rec center to round up kids and then having it over here. Because they're not gonna let them play on their
Yeah.
field to do this
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
I think if he puts it online, I think he's gonna do well. I mean, we're not the first town he's doing it with, and they're in 25 towns, he said, so. Yeah, I'm fine with that 750. I think he'd be fine with it.
We could always raise it next year if it
Yeah.
looks good.
I did explain to him the difference between the rec center and Park and Rec in Southwick, so he does know, because that was my initial reaction, like, it sounds like you might want to partner with the rec center. And then when I told him what Wally Park was all about, he just wanted to be there. I think that Trish really sold Wally Park to him, and her kids travel to Connecticut to join the program, so I think she actually told him it'd be a great place to hold a program because we don't have anything like that. So he really wants Wally Park.
Good. I like it.
That's good.
Yeah. So you're talking 750 for the week? Now, what if he gets like 20 kids? Do you still think 750? So what would that be? If he gets 150 times 20 kids, $3,000.
Yeah.
And he was saying 30 to 50%.
Well, he's still
So
gotta
30 would
pay
make-
help and things.
Yeah, so I know where you're going, Kara. I'm in line with thinking to start this, get 750 and see how successful it is, right? Because I think following that, if we want to go into a year by year kind of thing, we could look at doing some kind of tiering with the numbers that he gets, right? Like we could say, like do 40% up to 20 kids, do 30% if you get 30 kids. That gives him incentive to get more kids.
Yeah.
And we'll make some more money on it, right? But I think just to get it off the ground, let's
Yeah.
give him a fixed number.
And then offer him multiple weeks. I mean, if he's
Right.
successful, if
Right.
he's successful in late June and he wants to do, one in late July, we could say, hey, we cut you a break the first time. Could you, work with us? He seemed like a good guy, so
And I think it's a win for everybody.
I think
right?
so.
Yeah.
So I'm good with the
Yeah.
750 proposed, so.
I'm
Okay,
looking
so
at
I'll let
their
him know.
website.
I figured he had a website. You found it?
You
Yeah.
thinking of signing up, Jeannie?
Oh, my days of that are over. No, I was just looking to see what, so he's based out of Enfield.
I think it's gonna
So-
hit a home run doing it here in Southwick.
Well, I
Me
think
too,
this
and
is, this kind of seems like for the soccer player who wants to up their level of
Yeah.
ability or skill ability, right?
Yeah, guy from town, what was his name? John Griffin. I think he coached at Westfield State. He used to do a baseball clinic like this, like
That's right.
9 to noon, 5 days a week, and there'd be 30 or 40 kids there. He did a great job.
He did it for like
Yeah.
20 years. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was awesome.
He had
Yeah.
a lot of kids, so I think he's gonna do well.
And I think you nailed it. I think if Trish can somehow tap into the rec center soccer list, but use the Wally field, that'd be great for the kids and for the park. So,
I agree.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'll
We-
tell him 50
So we agreed
for-
on the
that's just-
750?
yeah, I would agree to that.
Yeah, that's more than fair, I think.
Okay.
See where it goes after the first try.
Very good.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we give him the disclaimer that because he's starting out,
Yes.
this would be our rate at this time, knowing if he were to, take off or whatever, that the price
It'll
would inflate
adjust.
based on,
It's a try and buy for both sides.
Yep.
yeah, pretty much. Okay.
Okay,
Now, the only thing is field hockey a go this year, or is that up in the air still? Would there be a conflict there?
Aren't they a little bit later?
Field hockey, yeah, August maybe. I
Yeah.
think.
So he
start
was
in
talking,
August,
yeah, he was
the
talking
month of August.
late June
All
or
right, so
July.
there shouldn't be an issue.
Well, I'll contact the field hockey girl just to be sure.
And they're at
Yeah.
night. Field hockey's at night too, I think.
Oh,
isn't
true.
it? This is
Yeah,
9
true.
to 9 to noon.
Okay,
True. Okay, I'll just make sure it doesn't conflict.
Yeah, they just have to
Okay.
mow down there, nice and neat, so.
Okay. All right, you guys want to move on?
please.
Anybody hungry?
Oh, my God.
Got dinner sitting right in front of me.
That's torture. Oh, boy. Shut your camera off and eat. We won't listen. So the rail trail mile markers, I believe David spoke with the fire chief. He ran into him and they discussed that. Based on what you guys all said also, every half mile is sufficient. Is that what you went with, David?
Yeah, and he seemed fine with that also. I mean, he said quarter mile would be good, but I think everybody's pretty aware of the trail. And there's enough people out there, they'd be able to figure out where things are. He was happy with the half mile markers.
Very good.
They'd be roughly the size of the ones that people have in front of their houses, the blue ones that are around town, like that
Yeah.
size, but they just be on a stake up and down.
Okay.
That's good. I think the quarter mile is a little over. I mean,
Yeah,
if we
too
had a
much.
longer trail, we got 6 miles. So if you can't figure out a half a mile on a 6 mile block, I think that's fair.
I guess part of it, they were gonna put markings on like Depot Street, 57, so anybody that's riding through is gonna know what street they're on. If they have to call in for something and they're not familiar with it. And down by Miller Road, just to write it right on the pavement itself,
Yeah.
in case there's an accident there. So I think it's pretty well marked out everywhere.
So, Dave, that still can be done without the quarter markers though, right? The
Yep,
street
yeah.
stuff? Yeah, okay. Good. Then we're good with that.
Very good.
Thank you.
Okay. So Town Beach, we already discussed with Laura. So you guys are okay with that? And she said she paid $1,000 in the past. Do you think
Yep.
we should go with the $1,000?
Seemed like a reasonable number.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then the admission fees. So I guess at the last Finance Committee meeting, there was a comment made about perhaps raising the fees. So I wanted you guys to review the fees. I emailed them to you, but basically the resident is $3, non-resident $4, seniors $2, active military with ID $2, kids 2 and under free. So what does everybody think?
Seems pretty reasonable, but do you think you're gonna have a lot of pushback if we raise it like $1 for each thing? I mean, are you gonna get a ton of complaints about that? I know $1 is $1, but
Oh, absolutely. Everybody complains about everything.
Why don't you up the out of town to 5? I'd say
Okay.
probably leave the senior citizen in the military. What
Military.
was the military?
2.
Yeah,
Leave it.
I like that.
I'd say leave them, but up the out of town and the resident. And to be honest, sorry, you could probably up the out of town $2 and keep ours as cheaper. Like keep ours because you're a resident. Keep ours at the up ours $1. Sound right?
yeah, that's probably reasonable. When I umpire up at Forest Park, they charge more for out of state than they do in state.
Right.
All right, so you say $5 for non-resident, $3 resident is good?
Well, the resident's 3 now. Should
Yeah.
we keep that the same or raise that? Or-
I think she was saying raise it to 4 and then raise the other one by $2, the
Yeah.
out of town.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
Yeah.
fair.
So it would be 4 and 6.
Yep, very good.
Is that fair, you guys?
It's fair to me.
Because
This is per person, not per car. I'm
Per
taking.
person.
Person.
So a family of 4 would be $24.
hmm
For 4 out of state or No, because the kids are still. Oh.
It's
should we
only
raise-
2 and under are free because really, I mean, the majority of people who come are kids. So if they're like a 10-year-old, they would be regular price.
Can they buy a season pass?
We don't have them. Probably something we could
We
put
talked
together.
about that before. We did talk about that.
Usually it's residents who ask that. I mean, it's something we could do, then you gotta come up with some pricing and stuff.
Well,
How many weeks are we open down there?
8 or 9.
Would you say, Kara, most people come in once a week, or is there families that come in like multiple times a week?
There's
you're
some
not-
people who go there almost every day. Typically, that might be some seniors, though. They kind of camp out on the beach, and then usually, like the parents with the little kids, they'll come in once a week or twice a week, you know, with friends to get the kids out and get together. I don't know. I mean, it's like, what would you even charge for a price? Is it even worth it? Everybody's used to not having one. I don't know.
huh.
Well, I mean, we can think about it for the next meeting. You know, I'm going to post the prices on the website for the resident, non-resident, just for a daily fee, but we can think about seasons pass. I mean, I don't get, you know, a ton of calls, but probably every season I get a couple, and it's usually from town residents. You could even do a resident pass.
Well, we could keep the residents just at 3 this year and see how that goes, and just raise the non-resident one a couple dollars this year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with whatever you guys think. I mean, the finance committee kind of, I wasn't sure, I wasn't at the meeting, so I'm not sure like where they were going with the fact of raising a price, but to pay for the Wally Park
'Cause-
lawn mowing.
Yeah, I think they're thinking we're gonna make tons of money on it. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean,
Just like the ball
not-
fields and the soccer field.
yeah.
Yeah,
You know, just because the finance committee says it doesn't mean we have to do it either, but I'm
no,
not
no.
opposed to upping the price. But I think that because, I mean, they're trying to make a big deal out of something that really doesn't profit us a lot of money, I think, you know?
yeah. I mean, it's basically just something fun for residents and people to do for the summer. It's not a huge money maker. It's just people enjoy the beach. They love it.
Right.
Yeah, then maybe
So-
just raise the non-resident this year. I don't know. That's just my opinion, and just see how it goes.
Do you want to do like resident, leave it at 3 and non-resident at 5, just to keep it kind of even, or no? Or did you want to do 6?
I would do this.
Doesn't matter to me. It's up to you guys.
I would do 6 for the non-resident.
Okay.
Yeah.
And 4 residents.
I'd leave the resident for this year, right? Let's see how the non-resident increase works.
Kara, how do you
Okay.
think, don't we get a lot of out-of-towners?
The weekends, we get a lot of out-of-towners. So I'd say
Okay.
Monday through Friday, it's a lot of in-town. On the
All right.
weekends, it's a lot of out-of-town. Sometimes rowdy crowds.
Yeah. And
So-
another thing, we could maybe make a price for the weekday and a weekend price could be different. That's something
Yeah.
to think about too.
Yeah, I don't know if staff could keep up with that, not to be
Mm.
funny, but I have a hard enough
Okay.
time.
Yeah, we gotta
did
keep
a
it simple.
Like Monday through Thursday, the beach would open later than the weekends and no one came to work on time.
Oh, God. Okay. So
'Cause you-
let's do the
Don't forget,
6
it's all
and 3
high
then.
school and college.
So do we agree with the 6 and 3?
I'm
Sure.
fine with it.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so we'll go ahead with that. And like I said, the beach doesn't open until the end of June, so if we have another meeting sometime in June, we can still discuss if anybody has any other ideas, or just send me an email, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. If that's all I have on my agenda, does anybody else have it? Do we cover everything?
Yeah,
Yes.
no new business?
Stephen Wingate, thoughts of offering Stephen Wingate the job?
I didn't hear any of
Definitely
that.
worthwhile.
Yeah,
he's-
it
I think
sounds good.
yeah. Gene,
Okay.
or Kara, he was, he retires. I think he could start June 14th.
Oh, okay.
So I think we're in favor of giving him an offer.
All right, his application was kind of impressive. He seems like it was right up our alley.
Yep.
Was he okay with, weed whacking and
Yeah,
lining fields and mowing and all that projects and seeding as needed? Did you guys talk about all that or no?
yeah, we went through all that.
Okay.
He seemed
Okay.
like he was on board with all that.
Everybody
Okay,
says they're
so
on
you
board
guys
with
want to
that.
hire him?
Yes.
What, David?
I
I
Yeah,
said,
Dave.
everybody says they're on board with that.
mean, he's worked for the city in that capacity for 40 years. So I think
No,
he's,
I think he would definitely be a good one.
yeah, I think and he's right there. He's right on South Long Yard, which is great.
Right.
Okay,
It's not like he's coming from
Okay.
Westfield or Granville or something to
Exactly.
do something. Yeah,
Yeah.
so, perfect.
I'm in favor of giving him an offer.
okay.
Okay,
I will contact him this week. Tomorrow.
Very good.
sounds
Good.
good.
Just wonder, one other thing, I know Kara had asked you about the vandalism thing, if they ever did anything. Has anybody heard anything about that? The people that were on film?
Nope, not a word. The police station took a zip drive of multiple hours because they didn't believe it was those 3 people. And they said they would research it and get back to us, or just research it, and we haven't heard anything on it. Nothing.
Great.
The town insurance people came by. Carl wanted them to quote the damage. I think their quote came up with like $5,000 of damage. And town maintenance, Carrie's very handy, and they ordered all the light fixtures and everything else at Home Depot. And I believe they said it was going to cost about $300 to fix it. So
Yeah,
the
I think
insurance
we should still
deductible
just-
is grand.
Just follow up with them to see what happened. It's
Hmm.
kind of foolish to have the stuff there and they don't do anything.
Okay, so you want me to contact the person, the officer who's or investigator, and see if he came up with anything?
I think it would be worthwhile just to ask them.
Okay.
I mean, otherwise it's kind of pointless even having the stuff there.
Yeah, I know. I have to agree. I'll send him, I think he may have emailed me. I'll send him a message. I'll CC you on it, you guys on
Okay.
it, so we can see what he says.
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
Yes,
Somebody
I-
sounds hungry.
I would second
Look at
that.
that.
Yeah,
Rick's
Dave asked,
staring at his food there.
yeah, Dave asking the questions at the end, the only person that ate before the meeting, you know?
I ate at 3:00 this afternoon.
And for second dinner, Dave.
Okay.
All
I won't
right,
say anything-
guys.
I won't say anything else. I'll let you go.
I'm
All right,
teasing you.
so we can,
I'll second
we'll
it.
adjourn our meeting
All right, thank
and
you.
we'll look to have another one soon to wrap up some of the stuff from tonight.
All right,
Sure.
Okay,
very good.
All right,
Thank you.
sounds good.
sounds good.
Have a
Okay,
good night.
bye, everybody.
Bye.
Oh, boy.